YouTube, what's going on, guys? Just wanted to talk to you about why I think theme teams and captains are such a cool idea for the year, and how I think SDS kind of dropped the ball with them and what they could do to make them better for potentially next year if they keep sets, seasons, captains, all these things in next year's title in 24. So what do I like? Let me get my face out the way. I'll show you guys the full team. This is a Yankees theme team, by the way. This is currently available Yankee cards for set 2, set 3 with Aaron Judge, or excuse me, Jason Giambi captain. His captain boost is plus 10 to your contacts, plus 10 power versus right, plus 10 batting clutch. That's a great captain boost for tier 3. You just need 10 hitters from the Yankees team on your squad. Cards that are just for the New York Yankees. So why is this fun for me, other than the fact that you get to use a Yankees theme team that's pretty cracked, or that's a really solid squad and it can compete with some God squads? Why is that better than just, you know, oh, it's good for competitive reasons? It means cards like 95 Big Fundy, 97 Jason Dominguez, 97 Don Mattingly, 97 Posada, bench. If you look at this, like we have 97 Gary Sanchez, 95 Glaber, 95 Babe Ruth, the captain card. It gives value to every card in the game, not just 99s, and it gives you a purpose to actually have to get excited for and have lower overall squad, or lower overall cards on your squad. Where are they missing the mark? They need an accompanying mode to go with this. Otherwise, there's just no point. So this team isn't as good as like a God squad or a durability team right now, which is like the top team, or even the shortstop team. But it's competitive. It's a competitive team. There needs to be a reason to get excited for these cards. If they're going to pitch us on a 95 DJ LeMahieu and a 97 Jason Dominguez at the end of a program, like they did with the Future Stars program, it's great if there was, oh, I don't know, an idea here. I like to call it gauntlet mode. I've been sick. You know, I'm sickening to a lot of people who watch and listen because I talked about this too much times, but gauntlet mode, I like to call it 6 innings. It's on Hall of Fame always. It's the only mode we would have on Hall of Fame. We don't have any game mode on Hall of Fame right now. We need one. 6 inning Hall of Fame, bi-weekly themes, rotating around the idea of theme teams. So one week it will be all-time teams. Next week, short kings. Next week, tall people, whatever, tall kings. After that, it could be countries, players from countries. It could be even something as simple as your team can't, or it could be all switch hitters, or it can't, your overall has to be underneath 96 or 95. Maybe you just lower the overalls, you raise them. Sometimes it's a 98 overall team. Other times it could be like a 94 overall team. This way you can see how good you are in a competitive setting. Not full 9 innings on Legend or anything like that, but 6 innings Hall of Fame, good rewards with like cards you wouldn't normally use. This way, like there is a reason to want to grind to get these cards. There's a reason to build your theme teams. It would be a really fun time if we can hop into a 6 inning mode on Hall of Fame, all-time teams, and then that team, like all-time Yankees, all-time Braves, all-time Mets, for me, I could hop in there with that team and then feel competitive with my favorite team's players, feel like the grind to get these cards was actually worth it in the end, have some nice rewards attached to it, and make a whole lot of sense. One thing that I'm glad they changed was that, as an example, in set 2, this was the last time they did this, they had a parallel requirement to get the tier 3 boost for Whitey Ford there, but originally in set 1, you had to get that card P2 to get the tier 3 boost. They lowered it because people weren't doing it and it was a problem, to P1 just for tier 2 and tier 3. And then eventually, you know, after a bunch of people clamored for this, and you know, I made a bunch of tweets about it too, they got rid of the parallel requirement in general overall. As you could see with Jason Giambi as a set 3 captain for the team, there is no requirement at all. I do think they should lower the requirement for hitters and pitchers again by 1 each. It's just too much, especially when, you know, like as an example, I think either Willie Mays captain or Babe Ruth captain only requires like 8 or 9 players, and that team is much better. So I think they need to just lower that a little bit more, but they've made some changes. They've done some things. So for those who say they don't listen, I think they definitely do, but they just needed to be a little bit more active with this. One thing that I was cautious about from the beginning of the year when people asked me how I feel about captains, I said, I'm worried about the live balancing aspect of it. I don't think they're going to be up to date, routinely taking care and balancing captains. As we can see, the biggest example I can give you, the most recent one, most relevant, is with Cal Ripken, the durability team, which is what my God squad is right now at this moment, is so overpowered because all these cards fit. First of all, durability does nothing as a stat. It's irrelevant. It's an offline stat. And this is the boost you get for that durability team. It's incredible. You get a huge contact boost, fielding and clutch boost from Cal Ripken. People are just using this team and swapping out Cal Ripken immediately and using any of these God squad players. One thing I like to see is balanced captains. What they did was, instead of balancing durability and, I don't know, dropping more cards that fit other captains or just more captains in general, they just started releasing a bunch of cards now after Cody Bellinger's Lightning program that just don't have 99 durability. Devers doesn't have it. Buxton obviously doesn't have it, but, you know, he shouldn't have 99 durability, but then again, Grady Sizemore does, so who knows? That's what the Band-Aid fix was. Instead of trying to make other captains better or trying to work around with it, dropping more, they just quick band-aid fix. Just we're going to drop all these cards and take away a few points from durability. So if you want to use these cards, they're not going to fit that team. I don't know if I like that strategy. I do think moving forward in the future, I think sets and seasons can be very successful, especially with the all-time team model. They just need a new game mode. I know they pushed co-op as the new game mode. It's unfinished, it's unpolished, and it's just not going to be a good product in my opinion unless, excuse me, they push to dedicated servers, upgrade to that. Peer-to-peer is not going to work with 4 to 6 connections. It's never going to be a good mode. I think they need to either upgrade to dedicated servers or just drop that mode entirely and drop a new head-to-head mode. We need it. Battle Royale ranked and events have been the same for better part of a decade now. So we need to move on, make new modes. I think it'd be really fun. I think it would give new life to MLB the Show Diamond Dynasty. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about that idea. If you have any ideas in your own, let me know. Catch you guys next time. Peace. Dami, I think if we're going to do a new mode, we already have a bunch of 3-inning modes. We have a 9-inning mode. I think 6 innings on Hall of Fame would be a little bit more, it would be a streamlined approach to playing online and getting people back into playing. You need to differentiate it because here's the problem, right? If you put it in 9 innings on Hall of Fame, people who only like playing Hall of Fame aren't going to play ranked anymore. That's the problem. You're draining too much away from ranked seasons if you make it exactly like ranked, but it's always Hall of Fame. The people who struggle to hit on Legend but are Hall of Fame gurus, they're going to only play there. Yeah, I thought events was going to be very, very, very much focused around events, but not only have they not done any specific events, they've also at times forgotten to allow us to use captains in events. It seems that captains and stuff, all this was like a feature that they were going to pitch as a selling point, and then they just forgot about it as we moved on. There needed to be an accompanying mode. They thought about how they were going to drop it and some fun captain ideas, I guess, and they never really thought about the second part of it, which is, well, where are we going to use these? Are they going to be a part of tournaments? Are they going to be in events? So there's going to be a new mode to attach to this? No, not really. And they're not even really a part of co-op at all. It's just, you can't really use that because the captains don't fit since you have to have 3 golds. It doesn't make sense. It felt like an idea like that was detached from what actually goes on in their game and just doesn't quite fit.